White flag. 1 lap to go, and Busch pushes Stewart to the lead. Ambrose tucks in third.
That 18 car has got to be a mess.
Now, what do you do?
But that man wheeling it, he don't care. And this is where you see your 2-car tandem right here.
Remember, he'll try to beat you when he gets over here.
You know who that was? That's Steve Addington.
Who used to be Kyle's crew chief and is now Tony's crew chief.
He will try to beat you.
1 mile to the finish line of the Budweiser Shootout. Tony Stewart or Kyle Busch, who's going to win it?
I don't know if Kyle's got it. Remember what happened the last time these two were coming to a start-finish line back in the July race?
Smoke versus Wild Thing to the line.
He got him! He got him!
Wild Thing wins!
He got him!
They'll be getting the white flag. A lot of drivers a little unsure. Can they make it the distance?
Burton slices top to bottom, passes 3 cars, and lines up third for this final lap.
Tony Stewart sitting out there right now. That is not a good place to be. He's a setting duck. They're going to come by him like he put on the brakes.
Yeah, watch the run these drivers get that are lined up. Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. right there in the 88. Watch Burton.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, hard in the wall. And she's all right after a hard crash, and the caution flag is out.
The race is over. That's Tony Stewart will win the race. God, we got that camera in there with Danica and see she's fine.
Checkered flag. Tony Stewart leads Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Marcus Ambrose across the line. Biffle on the bottom. Here comes his teammate Matt Kenseth with help from Jimmy Johnson.
He says,
Biffle slides up, covers the spot, and they go to the inside against him. What a move by Matt Kenseth.
Oh, no, what a bad move by Greg Biffle. He should have never done that. He should have held that bottom.
Uh-oh, the little tea kettle is Jimmy Johnson's.
Yes, it is. And you know what? They may still try to form something there going down the back straightaway, getting through 3 and 4.
Oh, no, it's going to be 48 and 78 now. That's what I figured they were going to do.
Biffle made a bold move. Kenseth made a bolder one.
Whoops.
Regan Smith to the bottom. Contact.
Whoops.
Contact again. And Kurt Busch a lap down on the outside.
But Elliott Sadler is on the lead lap that's pushing Kurt Busch up there.
Something happens at 33, though. He gets a run, and he has to back off. Like the car just gets loose or something. He can't stay in it.
Matt Kenseth trying to block 3 lanes at once. Regan Smith down to the bottom. Kenseth wins it for Jack Roush. Regan Smith is second.
They're looking for the white flag this time.
Once we get into this lap, if anything should happen down in turn 1 or 2 or 3 and 4, it's over.
3-car breakaway. Junior tucked up tight under the bumper of Biffle. Kenseth leads to turn 1, final lap.
Denny Hamlin in the 11s there with no one to push him.
Actually, he might actually be hurting those 2 cars in front of him if he gets back too far. But here we go. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen pretty quick.
We've seen where the timing of where you do it is so critical.
Those 2 cars, the 16 and the 88, should be able to get by, but Kenseth, if Biffle elects to take the chance.
Ford Chevrolet off the final corner. Matt Kenseth trying to win it for the 2nd time. Here comes Junior to the outside. Side by side with Kenseth. He runs out of time. Matt Kenseth wins the Daytona 500. White flag for Hamlin. Can he make it 1 more mile?
One lap short for the 29. Watch for others.
Let him run all the way back.
78's out over on the back over there.
Harvick still second, 3 seconds back. Hamlin with a 3-second lead and 8 seconds up on Greg Biffle.
Hamlin's home free. And
Ford's 18th career win. Denny Hamlin delivers. Checkered flag in Phoenix.
Harvey's going to hang on for 2nd. Tony's car's just a little bit better. It's just good enough. You're not going to pass him.
White flag. Jimmy Johnson won here on a last lap pass in 2006. But he trails Stewart by 3 car lengths out of 2.
Yeah, that 14 is just too strong up off the bottom of the corner. Jimmy tried everything he could, but 14 is just stout.
Turn 4, final time. Johnson arcs high, brings it down low. The defending Sprint Cup champion Tony Stewart makes it a smoke show in Vegas and wins the Kobalt Tools 400. Might be a lapper. Brendan gone and maybe Carl Edwards between Keselowski and the finish line.
White flag in the air. 1 to go.
Here clear. 5 back. Go ahead a minute. You're nervous. Don't worry. It's got plenty of fuel.
Dale Jr. off the pace. And here comes Brad Keselowski for Roger Penske. 5th career Sprint Cup victory in 93 starts. Keselowski wins the Food City 500.
Nice job, man. Great drive.
And we welcome you back inside the Hollywood Hotel and racing from Fontana. That's an impressive leaderboard. Tony Stewart taking the lead at lap 85, and Tony Stewart officially the winner. Red flag rain, a rain-shortened, first ever rain-shortened race here at the Auto Club Speedway, but the second win this season already for Tony Stewart in just 5 races.
And what a start for this team. You know, you get a new crew chief, you want things to get off on a good start so that you can build some momentum. Tony's certainly done that with 2 victories.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. winds up 3rd, and Chris Devoto is standing by with Jr.
Side by side, coming to get the white.
And hello, Newman. But Allmendinger's going to have one more shot at him. White flag in the air. Next flag ends the race.
Do the cross, get behind him and crossover.
I guarantee you, Allmendinger will drive it down in there this time in the turn 3.
Yeah, he's letting him go, Larry. He's gotten away from him.
Junior 3rd. It's a drag race for 4th. And Ryan Newman wins the Goody's Fast Release 500.
That was my pick. I mean, all along, I thought surely Newman wins.
Kyle Busch has won that battle with Denny Hamlin as they fought for 12th place, the last 2 cars on the lead lap. And now that they're single file, perhaps Biffle will work his way past them. He has 3.2 seconds in the bank on Jimmy Johnson.
No need to push. Just ride. White flag, 1 to go. It's a race.
White flag right there. White flag.
Final lap. 49 races since Greg Biffle's last win. It came in Kansas in the fall of 2010.
I think Marcus Ambrose out of gas down the back.
Oh. Down low, not at speed, is Ambrose, but he's going to make it around. And here comes Biffle to become the 6th different winner of 2012. Greg Biffle wins the Samsung Mobile 500. Jimmy Johnson comes home 2nd, 3.2 seconds back.
You know why? I like it. I think Truex thought I'll surprise him.
Flag 1 more.
I'll surprise him. He thinks I'm going to do that on the last lap. I'm going to do it now.
It was the right time. It was the right move. The car just would not stick for him. 1-lapped car in front of him as 2 Toyotas duel to the finish on the final lap in Kansas. Jimmy Johnson 3 back. Here goes Truex again. He's going to try it. Right down to the bottom. They're almost even. He slides up a car length back, and that's all he's got. Denny Hamlin gets his 19th career Sprint Cup win and his 2nd of the season.
Yeah, Truex tried it, but he couldn't make it stick. White flag in the air.
Last night he went to victory lane as a car owner with his older brother driving. Tonight, Kyle Busch scores his 24th career victory, 4 in a row for the Spring Richmond race. Did Matt Kenseth get too far out in front, or is he setting up for this? The last lap as they come to the line, 1 to go.
Well, you don't want to lead on the last lap, but I'm not sure that that's going to work out the way Matt thought it was when this is the white flag lap.
Junior up the outside, somebody steaming. In that pair, it's Kyle Busch, Casey Kane.
And the problem with Matt, he's got no help. He's all by himself.
But think about Kyle Busch. He lost the race yesterday by leading coming back to the checkered flag.
And also
Think about the movement and drive over here.
Right.
Think about your...
It's a 2-horse race. Clint Boyer's on Stanley Steamer. Up in turn number 3.
Hey, boys.
A car length apart, Kyle Busch from Keselowski.
It ain't over yet. Remember that start-finish line.
I don't think he's close enough, Darrell. I don't think he's close enough.
Brad Keselowski pulling away. It's all happening behind him, and Keselowski for the 2nd time will go to victory lane in Talladega.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Kyle Kyle Busch settles in front of Truex. White flag, 1 to go.
Got enough gas to make it?
Oh, yeah, we're in good shape on gas.
He'll make it around, but will he get there first?
Oh, yeah, he's got a nice, he's got a comfortable lead. He's in good shape.
Jimmie Johnson sails off into turn 3. Hamlin is going to have to deal with Stewart for second. Hendrick Motorsports 200th Sprint Cup victory belongs to Jimmie Johnson in the Southern 500.
There you go, Mr. Rick. Got you one.
What a run by Jamie McMurray in that one car, though. To start at the rear of the field, boy, Allmendinger got a good run then.
He didn't stay on the bottom, and here comes the dinger. They touch.
He got him pushed up off of 2.
They both lost their momentum. Allmendinger inside, and McMurray is going to have to find a way back with a lap and a half to go.
One more time, buddy. Hit your marks here.
Oh,
One more.
McMurray got the wall off 4 that time. These two guys are on the absolute ragged edge right now, driving as hard as they can go, like qualifying.
Truex well behind them, and Allmendinger pulls away.
Keep digging. No pressure.
Off turn number 4 to win the Sprint Showdown is the Dale Jr. Foundation Chevrolet Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Give me one more.
AJ Allmendinger in the Shell Pennzoil Dodge second.
Track position was king. 4 tires wasn't bad either.
No, it wasn't.
Well, boys, the white flag, the flag of surrender. I surrender all, boys, because the 48 is all long gone.
Three cars pull away: Johnson, Keselowski, and Kenseth. For the 3rd time in the history of the All-Star race, Jimmie Johnson and the Lowe's Chevrolet are going to victory lane and $1 million.
Hurry, we're going to get big tonight. Woo! Yes! Great job, guys.
Well, there it is.
Flag, you got plenty of room behind you. Plenty of room behind you.
Kane is trying to join 2 NASCAR Hall of Famers who both won in their 300th career start. Double Cup champion Ned Jarrett and the '89 champion Rusty Wallace each won their 300th start. That's the number Casey Kane is on tonight.
Pretty nice celebration.
Around the turn to the front straightaway, the 13th career win for Casey Kane is the Coca-Cola 600.
Kane was able tonight.
One more lap, dog. That's what we need.
The done deal. Nobody ahead, and Kevin Harvick now 2 seconds behind. Then Kenseth, Earnhardt, and Boyer. 3 Chevys, a Ford, and a Toyota in the top 5. Winner at Darlington, 8th on the all-time win list. 7th Dover win, tying Richard Petty and Bobby Allison for the most here. Jimmie Johnson wins the FedEx 400, benefiting Autism Speaks, his 57th career win.
Wonderful, wonderful job, everybody. Jimmy, you whipped them today, man.
Oh,
4 to go.
Logano to the inside for the race lead. 4 laps remaining into turn 1.
No, it's the kind of thing you can't do. I'm telling you, one little mistake on each one of these guys. Oh, he is all under Mark Martin.
He got him sideways. Martin sideways off the corner. Here comes Joey Logano for the race lead.
Anyway, we're not done yet. I don't think Mark's going to appreciate that too much.
No, but he's hungry. There's no question about it. Marty talked earlier about the success in the Nationwide Series, and perhaps now he's got the confidence he needs to go win again on NASCAR's big stage.
He's also driving for his job. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, but he is driving to stay in this seat, and that's what he's driving about right now.
The bigger thing for Joy, I think, is the pressure that is on this kid to go out and perform. And I do believe, like Larry said, Darlington was a huge boost. I thought he run a great race at Darlington. Got in the wall there at the end and still came back and managed something out of it. So I think when you look at Dale Jr., as we said before, drove his way back to 8th. That's as far as he can get. When you start racing against Kenseth and Boyer and Hamlin and those guys, it gets tough at the end of the race because they're not giving an inch.
Joey Logano got the white flag last time by. Less than a lap to his second career win. Jimmy Johnson now closing in, trying to pass Tony Stewart for third. What a day it's been for the 5-time champion.
And Jimmy Johnson, 2 speeding penalties, a lap down, makes it up, wave around, all this stuff, and comes back.
They do it all the time.
And that's
amazing.
And it's like we said in the beginning. Where has Jimmy Johnson gone? Not anywhere.
Welcome back to the top of the board. Joey Logano in his rookie season won for the first time June of 2009 at New Hampshire. Back to victory lane today. It happens at Pocono.
Coming to the white, he just needs to get back to this.
And then it won't matter if we get a caution because the green-white checker situation will be out the window once Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets the white flag. And he sees it right now.
There you go, buddy. White flag. Bring it home one more time for me, please. 2
more miles to victory for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as the crowd stands and cheers here at Michigan.
Oh, my God. I wish people at home could be here to see these people in the grandstands and to hear them. We're up here in the TV booth, and you can hear these people.
Junior down the back straightaway and into turn 3 for the final time. There is going to be a party in Junior Nation tonight.
35 win is one. Hell yeah.
The streak is over. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to victory lane at Michigan.
Did a hell of a job. Thanks. Battle on state. Yeah, I double-checked it wasn't the 500. We really won it. All right. Hey, good job, man. I know you guys have been waiting on that one. I know I am.
We get the white flag. 1 lap to go. We will not get another green-white checker finish. Clint Boyer, the race leader, and Kurt Busch stays right behind him.
And Kurt Busch is doing a great job of holding off that 14 right now. As he said, we're not going to be able to finish it off. We just hope we come out of here with something. Kurt Busch is carrying this car. If there's something wrong with it, with the back of that thing, he is carrying this car at this point. Tony got to look at him.
Oh, Stewart drove in there really deep.
Yeah, look at him smoke the tires.
Stewart makes the pass for the runner-up position, but he might be running out of time. Boyer in turn 7.
Yeah. See Vickers there.
Yeah, Vickers up to 4th now. Jimmy Johnson in 5th. And there goes Truex off course after a great day.
After a great day. Top 5, top 6 car, obviously.
You're going to be clear by 7, back to that 14, clear by 7.
Yeah, obviously somebody's got into him, it looks like, and spun him around. And that's what happens when everybody gets aggressive and tries to make something happen in these last 2 or 3 laps. It can ruin your day.
One of the great stories of 2012, the resurgence of Michael Waltrip Racing.
Tony smoked it down in there.
Today, Clint Boyer going to get him their first trophy of 2012.
Great job.
He drives it back to the start-finish line and wins the Toyota Sabre 350.
Coming over here and doing this with us, my friend. Yeah, boy! Yeah!
Four Hendrick cars inside the top 6. Kane, the best of the bunch. 2 laps to go. He's 3.8 seconds behind Brad Keselowski.
And as we talk about this, let's go back to the wild cards. We talk about Jeff Gordon. We talk about Carl Edwards. We talk about that guy. They can run in the top 4 and 5 all they want to. It does them no good. They've got to win races at this point. This is a race lost for the 24. And for Casey, when you look at it from that perspective, because this was a place, if he would have been in the right position,
points-wise, it doesn't matter.
Points-wise, it doesn't matter, but a W in the column would have put him in the chase.
Final lap for Brad Keselowski. Onto the back straightaway, trying to save fuel.
Tell me, please. Plenty of room, you can coast around.
He's feeling good now.
Great job by Brad.
Brad Keselowski going to become the first driver to get the hat trick in 2012.
Come get that flag. We'll exchange it for another one, bud.
His third win of the year coming at Kentucky.
Great job, Paul. Great job, everybody. Hard work equals results. Y'all did it. I know it's a hell of a weekend with a lot of work, but this is what you get when you work hard, guys.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. Side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch. Oh, my God. We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be... They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
for the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow Smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
Oh, we'll take that.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win. White flag out. And Casey Kane can breathe easy at New Hampshire.
That's all he had.
That's all he had, man. Yep. He gave that thing everything he had every lap.
Denny Hamlin dominated this race.
Really no pressure.
Made a great rally late, but it's going to come up short. Casey Kane down the back straightaway for the final time. When we come back to New Hampshire in September, we'll be in the chase. And more than likely, Casey Kane will be running for a championship because he's going to get his second win here today. And it's going to be his first ever at New Hampshire.
Way to go.
So many stories. Hendrick Motorsports looking for an 8th win in just 19 years of this event.
Looking at 10 straight for Chevrolet here at this track.
That was the next one. And Jimmy Johnson, who grew up in Southern California, said Rick Mears was one of his idols. One of the people he looked up to most.
Coming to the white flag, almost 6 seconds on the 18th.
The story there from the spotter down to Jimmy. As indeed he comes down the front straightaway and sees the white flag. Final lap is underway for the leader in Indianapolis.
Such a tremendous feeling to know that you and your team have put it all together. You show up for the big races, you know you have one chance a year to get it all done, Andy, and this team is there.
They've executed well all day long. It's paying off here on this last lap. One thing I love about Jimmy Johnson, though, is it never gets old. It'll be just like he won his first Brickyard race.
Johnson said you come through the tunnel and history starts talking to you, and he's so happy to have had 3 special moments for himself at this track. Said, I hope to have a 4th. His hero, Rick Mears, won the Indianapolis 500 4 times. They've got something to talk about. As Johnson clears the final corner and the checkered flag is in the air. A 4th win in the Brickyard 400 to Jimmy Johnson. A race that started out with the element of strategy being a heavy storyline and how the crazy turn 1 restarts from the June race might play out today. And we saw both help factor into what we've got going right now, which is a twist of plot in the late laps.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of everything in this. We saw what we might have expected with Dale Jr. being strong early on, but we also saw something that we had kind of anticipated with engines or transmissions, with the RPMs that are being turned, with shifting all the time. And then we talked about turn 1 restarts, and that's really kind of what set the scene now.
Yeah, and the heat's up on these guys that want to try to make the chase with wins. And we saw that Jeff Gordon had just happened to hit it right. I mean, everybody was going for it, and we knew it was like racing on the last lap, but he went for it, seas parted, there he is.
And as we sit here with that lightning pounding down and the rain pouring down, NASCAR has just made the race official, I am being told, and Jeff Gordon is going to get that elusive first win of this season. I don't know if you've ever, I can't recall off the top of my head this quickly, if you ever kind of stole one in the rain or by circumstances, but he's got nothing to apologize for to anybody.
No, you have to get yourself in that position. He did a great job of driving up there and get himself in position to take advantage of this. He's lost plenty this year, so it's time for him to get something good happening.
Well, everybody saw the rain coming. Everybody had access to the same data, and that's why that restart was so crazy. Everybody was going for that spot. Jeff Gordon's the one that came out with it.
If it's that or if he thinks he might have a flat tire or something like that. He's really moving the car around. It doesn't look very stable right now. 1 lap to go. Kyle Busch, defensive line into turn 1.
There's something wrong with the 18.
Now Ambrose trying to get second from Keselowski while he tries to get the lead from Kyle.
Oh,
Contact in the S's.
It's right. Got it.
Dangerous spot on the track for Kyle to be sideways. Looks like he gets off to the guardrail. No caution yet. Here's the race for the lead.
Keselowski's got damage on the left front.
Is the tire going to make it all the way around? And will the 9 help him?
Oh,
everybody's in the grass.
No, you're clear. Dig, dig, dig.
That might have been the race right there. We'll see. No, Keselowski's slower. Keselowski's got a problem. Trying to stay with Ambrose. 2 final corners. Do they use the bumpers? A nudge, a push. Can Ambrose save it? To the checkered flag. Who gets here first?
Clear, clear.
Ambrose 9, Keselowski 2. Final corner. Marcus Ambrose is going to win at Watkins Glen in a remarkable last lap turn of events.
Winner of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, baby. Woo!
Here they come to the white flag.
Flag one more time around.
Last lap at Michigan. Biffle in the 16, Keselowski in the 2 for the win. Half a lap to go. Will he get a shot? Keselowski trying to wheel it. It's not sticking. Greg Biffle entered the race second in the championship. He leaves with the point lead. Biffle wins at Michigan. Keselowski barely overcame for second. Denny Hamlin said coming into this weekend, coming so close here at Bristol, only makes him want to win here even more. Best Bristol finish, a runner-up finish. The last 5 times he's been here have not been top 5 results. Now he's about 40 seconds away from a checkered flag here at Bristol and that huge win we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and it certainly hasn't been easy by any means, but Denny Hamlin has shown he's had one of the best cars, if not the best, all night. One of the few cars and drivers able to make some passes on the inside when they needed to.
A huge Bristol win. After a late pass for the lead, checkered flag is up. Denny Hamlin wins the night race at Bristol.
Here's Bristol.
Hamlin coming to the white flag. Can Gordon or Keselowski do anything with him? One more lap to go. Gordon desperately needs this win. Trying to get to Hamlin. Half a lap left.
Got a good run off too.
Oh, he's got a great finishes at Atlanta off turn 4. Can he hook it up? No. Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag and wins at Atlanta. Up front, Clint Boyer's going to see the white flag, this time by. Does he have enough fuel to make the finish? Jeff Gordon is closed to 2.7 seconds. If the 15 hiccups, can Gordon get by for the win? 3/4 of a mile to go for Clint Boyer. Gordon running second. Kyle Busch running in 15th.
2-second lead, bud. 2-second lead.
Underpower to turn 3. He's going to have enough fuel to make it. Checkered flag and the win to Clint Boyer. Jeff Gordon finishes second and races his way into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Wow. That was an incredible turnaround for that 24 team.
And I can't believe Clint Boyer was able to run that hard, lead that much of the race, and save the fuel the way that he did to get his second win of the year.
Thought I heard a little blurb over Brad's radio a minute ago, and I think we actually captured it.
Yeah, never got it. Is it Miller time yet?
It's about one more lap till Miller time, Brad.
White flag is up. Brad Keselowski led the second most laps in this race. Jimmy Johnson started on pole and dominated much of the event. Brad, the guy who led the second most laps but was trailing Jimmy Johnson heading into the final pit stops, and he made up a 1.1 second deficit to wrestle the lead away from the 5-time champ coming off the pit lane, and he's pulled away from there. Fourth win of the season, chase win #1, Chicagoland to Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, great job, everybody. Great job. I'm proud of you, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
Jimmy Johnson, a very strong run. Started back in 20th position, rolled his way up eventually into the top 5 and up now to second place, but that's going to be best in class today.
One more, 2.5 seconds.
As Denny Hamlin takes the white flag, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, just a great job by this driver. We've talked about how good he is at this racetrack. He put all of those good skills to use today.
Yeah, and so did his team. Best pit stop of the day, and by far the best handling race car.
And the winner of the second race in the chase has gone on to win the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship the last 3 consecutive years. Twice by Jimmy Johnson, once by Tony Stewart. The second chase race in 2012 goes to Denny Hamlin at New Hampshire. Hamlin wins it by 2.5 seconds over Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Gordon finishes third. Gordon with Kyle Busch coming behind him. Will that factor in the Gordon's charge at the finish? 1 lap to go. Does the 2 have enough fuel to make it around this monster mile 1 more lap?
Still pulling.
They're going to play the strategy just right and get another win in 2012. Brad Keselowski wins at Dover.
Great job. Unreal.
Casey Kane trying to push his way through, and it's Tony Stewart on the outside lane with Sam Hornish behind him.
Yeah, Matt Kenseth's sitting duck right here. They could be coming by him on both sides.
Side outside. What's the 15
Stewart to the lead at the white flag. We're on the last lap. Will they make it back?
Wayne will pass the fast when he's got the 49 pushing him here.
4 deep behind Stewart and Kenseth.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's got some real help coming towards the front here.
Michael Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact.
Out of you now.
Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Fortune's out.
And a huge wreck to end this race. Matt Kenseth is going to get to the finish line first. Is everybody okay? And one of the championship drivers got through. Which ones didn't? The white flag is up, and we're into the final lap of the race. There is lap traffic now just ahead of the leaders. Will he have enough fuel? Will he be able to hold off Hamlin? Half a lap to go and still under power. Hamlin looking low. Bowyer sliding wide, coming to the checkered flag. Bowyer's under power, and Clint Bowyer is going to win at Charlotte. Well, certainly the conversation around Matt Kenseth entering the championship was whether a driver and team going their separate ways at the end of the championship could keep it together enough. The information would continue to flow to compete for the title. Really, it hasn't been about their competitiveness or that information flow. It's been about luck and circumstance that have taken Kenseth out of the opportunity to run for the title. That 35th place finish at Dover really dropped them way back. Dover, one of his better tracks. They came back the next week to win at Talladega. but some 67 points behind starting the day. It was going to be too far and too much for Kenseth to overcome. That said, if this holds out for another 2 laps, they're going to have won 2 of these races in the chase. And I know for some of the guys inside Roush Fenway Racing, particularly Robbie Reiser, it really gets under their skin when people talked about the lame duck and would they continue to give Matt their all.
Well, Matt's been a favorite over there. He's a really good people person. He cares about the organization, and he's just a tremendous competitor, and you can see that happening.
And the white flag is up. We're in the last lap today at Kansas. A race that's featured 14 cautions. A very tough toll on car and driver. Many, many rallies on the day, including this 17 from as far as 24th in the pack. Final corners here for Matt. Checkered flag is up.
Here's the checkers.
3rd win of the season, 2nd of the chase. Matt Kenseth wins at Kansas.
Guys, way to go. Great job. Gosh, great job, guys. Thank you.
Brad Keselowski finishes 8th, Jimmy Johnson 9th, Denny Hamlin 13th. 1 more lap to go.
Ready, 1 good lap, 1 back.
Kyle Busch can get to his bumper.
Keselowski still racing with Gordon for 6th place. Johnson is going to be able to hold off Kyle Busch. Kyle takes a run at him, won't get there. Win and championship lead to Jimmy Johnson at Martinsville.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
White flag. We are on the last lap. Jimmy Johnson getting away. Can Keselowski hold off Kyle Busch for 2nd place? Busch to the inside in the final corners.
Jimmy Johnson.
It's got to be Keselowski finishing 2nd behind his rival for the championship. Back-to-back wins for the 5-time champ. Jimmy Johnson scores at Texas.
There's that contact on the left rear.
Jeff Gordon was shown the black flag. He's turning Clint Boyer into the wall, collecting Joey Logano. Caution flag is out. Almirola slides in. Danica Patrick into the wall, spinning back down into traffic. White flag is out. This is the last lap of the race.
Does Harvick have enough fuel to get back here? See Kyle Busch almost spinning there inside of Denny Hamlin.
They're coming to turn 3. Patrick is driven away from the scene. The long dry spell for Kevin Harvick and Richard Childress Racing comes to a close at Phoenix. He slides to the finish line while they crash behind him. Keselowski threads the needle as cars crash to the checkered flag.
I don't understand why they didn't throw the caution there. The 10 car was losing a lot of fluid.
With all they've accomplished, almost unfathomable that Hendrick Motorsports has never won at this Homestead Miami Speedway. They are 1 lap away as the captain has showed up in his team's pit down from the top of the tower for the final lap. Jeff Gordon leading the race. Brad Keselowski in charge of the championship. After what has been, it's fair to say, one of the more tumultuous weeks of his storied NASCAR Sprint Cup career, checkered flag and a win at Homestead for Jeff Gordon.
I'm proud of you guys. That was awesome.
and the checkered flag at a NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship for Penske Racing and Michigan's Brad Keselowski.
We did it, boys. We did it. Great job. What an awesome season. Let me introduce you to your 2012 Sprint Cup champion right here, guys.
Brad said he didn't know what it would feel like to be a champion. Well, he's going to know now. Paul Wolf paired together with Brad a couple of years ago, winning the NASCAR Nationwide Championship. One of the bright minds in the sport, considered by many to be a dynamic duo, these two.
Yeah, I'm not sure this isn't just the start. We don't want to overlook this first one, but this is a team. They keep this together. A lot of good people involved there that can certainly make a difference. How about Dodge going out and they get the championship, leaving the sport right now?
Yeah, and you take that with the lame duck engine program over at Penske and how they were able to give them good engines, great power to win this championship.
There's the victory celebration. The other end of the story, Jimmy Johnson going out of the race with a mechanical failure about 3/4 of the way through.